Alrighty, thank you again for coming back. I think this is number 14. Part 14 of the current state of my Bionicle comic collection. Now, these are the last three in the battle for power for us here. As you can tell, one of them is already bagged and boarded because this is the way I had purchased it. This is another recent purchase for me. Now, I guess we go ahead and take a quick look at it here very quickly. I purchased this one from mycomicshop.com, which has graded it so kindly for me at very fine. This is issue number 13, July 2008. Um, Man, it's fantastic. I think I was just about to start high school or something. But in any case, already bagged. I can't really pull it out to show you the back cover or the side cover, not the side cover, or anything inside or anything like that. But as you can see here, number 13 VF there on the top for mycomicbookshop.com. It does have its little receipt there still with us. So that is looking good to go. And I guess I'm going to double bag it just like I did with the last one. I see no reason not to, honestly, with these, just because I don't see there being any damage as a result of it. So not really too much to talk about this one then. Just that I was getting really close to starting high school now. Literally in less than a month I'd be going into it for my freshman year. Now that I got my years kind of straightened out for that. So just going to go ahead and get this a quick bag there. I guess we could have talked a little bit about my cover a little bit, but yeah, so out there in the Cardanui, I believe, and there's like swamps down below while they're fighting up in the air with several Makuta, things like that. Gives you kind of a scale of everything, and I think they are trying to keep building it up more and more. Like, this is getting pretty big. Is essentially what they're trying to say, and is like there's no saying or knowing what's going to happen. You're just going to have to keep reading to find out. And I have a little bit more trouble trying to double bag this one than the last one. I guess maybe this time it really won't fit or something. Let's see here. Oh no, there it goes. There it goes. It just needed a little bit of motivation is all. But yeah, a little more motivation. You give it a little shake in there, and then fantastic. You got a double bagged piece of art here for us. Oh man, I really got to work out something with the focusing. It's supposed to do it automatically for us, but maybe there's got to be like another one to refocus. But no, another tangent there for us, and that is looking good to go already. I really have nothing more to say about it, just because there's a little bit more I have to say about the next one here, which is issue number 14. Now, if you can't see it already, you're about to giving that one a quick open. Now, this one's probably the first time it's been opened for quite some time, too, at least another 10-year one. Was it worth it? Probably not, just because there's already so many imperfections with this book. Now, this is where I brought up earlier, like a lot more misprints were beginning to happen, or at least that's what I assume this is. It looks like artifacting to me because it goes over the Lego, insignia too, and everything. Not only that is along the spine, you can see bits of the back cover just peeking around there for us. Otherwise, it would have been almost a perfectly preserved copy. No bend on the edges there, but getting a little closer, you can see how some of the back cover is peeking over from what we have here. And this artifacting is just most prevalent here near the Mask of Life insignia here. You can also see that some of it is also occurring here as if it is a really big printer issue for all of that. Now, I don't know if it's this one or one of my Glatorians too, where that kind of like persists throughout everything. But, it's a shame because it is a very important comic here. You can see here the Toa Nuva with their new adaptive armor. if it'll focus. Maybe I should lay it down. It seems to work a little bit better that way with their new adaptive armor. Now I got that glare again. Coming down into home. Probably the best way to describe it. This is their home. This is their origin. They're finally starting to get everything figured out again. They have it over here too. This is where they need to be to kind of put everything back together to restart the universe in a way it was before the Brotherhood of Makuta got a hold of everything, and they were looking to destroy it all. They come in with these fancy new vehicles that they have to use to escape, and look at that. Showdown in the swamps. We got some other things here that we can use, or that they were advertising. And it's amazing. And the art is very crisp, very clear, and it's definitely been a change from the days of Ignition, at least just by the quick glance. But this is kind of what they needed, I think, a little bit of a refresh into a kind of the older style there. The only thing that they didn't need is this weirdness here. I haven't brought it up in a while, just because I've been pretty satisfied, even with the other one that you saw earlier with the Ignition that had like the white line going across. I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm not going to be too nitpicky for like every little imperfection, even though I noticed them and things like that. But for something like this, I think I'm going to go ahead and bring up that the yellow sticky note. I'm going to put that onto the board here for us, just on the outside of it, so it's not, trying to cause any more damage or anything like that. Essentially, that yellow sticky note, what it means for me is that another copy of this comic needs to be bought, a more exquisite one than the one that is already inside of the collection. And it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be perfect, like something slab is meant or anything like that. But it at least needs to resolve the issues that were there on the original. And in this case, the issue is this artifacting at the front. I don't want to see any of that. I want it to be just its own copy. And for all I know, maybe they're all like that. And this is why I was just saying, is like, I don't know if it was just me getting unlucky with these. And there's a few more as we get into the Glatorian comics there. But for this was starting to happen a lot more frequently for me. And put that one up so we can come on to number 15, the climax and the conclusion of Battle for Power. Now, the Toa Nuva, I've already gone to some of probably the oldest places in the Matoran universe, including where they were kind of bred or created by Mata Nui himself, to go ahead and get this all. There'd be a fail-safe. The Toa Mata were Mata Nui's Bow Rock Cow, so to speak. And very good cover art. They're looking like they're trying to, also double as marketing for some of the vehicles that were coming out around this time. Just to be like, hey, look at these cool things. These were after the days of Exoforce, I think, or maybe during the same days, because you could see very similar pieces coming out from the systematic parts on like some of it and everything. But I'm going to go ahead and open this despite its finer quality, and take a look at some of the things here going on in the inside, because probably the most important bit here is at the very end. The Toa, after Toa Inika himself goes ahead and makes the sacrifice similar to the way Matoro did, the universe comes back to life. There is a catch though, and I said, hey, if you don't want spoilers, you're in the wrong area. But everything is wrong. Nothing is the way it's supposed to be. Turns out this was Makuta's planning all along. Makuta Pterodax, that is, so that way he can become what is the universe. And on the very back page here, you see it, 2009. Oh, Pterodax just became the entire universe. The world hasn't ended now. Everything's not dead. No, no, it's not. You have yourself a soft reboot. At least that's what a lot of fans call it. Because I don't know if a lot of them are really happy about some of the events in Clitorian. To me, it's just a way to wrap up the story. It's the epilogue, and that's what we have here. 2009 coming in. This was like my sophomore year of high school going into the 2009 park, maybe. Well, I have to see the months just to double check. But right now, I'm a freshman. And I remember there was only me and one other guy in the school that used to talk about Bionicle. And we would bring up all this stuff, and he would talk about the older ones and everything like that. Of course, we were the same age. But he was the only other one I knew who can talk about it. Um, Fine condition for sure. Hardly any imperfections along the spine. Um, me just opening it up probably created a little bit of more creasing along here, but nothing that you can really tell. Corners are nice and crisp. All the way around the comic, they are nice and crisp, and no issues there. This one is practically mint. If I were to get it slabbed or something like that, but I would say it is a very fine condition comic. And let's go ahead and begin wrapping things up here for us very quickly now that this has been bagged. I have to make sure that I never do anything to open this one because this is a very good piece right there for us. And going into number 14 again, and number 13, which is a little fatter because it has two boards in it. Now, this one already being very fine. Again, this was a recent purchase. This is one of those ones that like just get lost in the mail, you know. And because I was the only one trying to get these comics now, my brother didn't really care. There wasn't any way to, you know, work around that unless I, you know, somehow faked another name or something like that. Or just made a new subscription for my brother anyways, just to collect two of all of them. That I could have done that, but you know that's hindsight makes it easier to see all that. But this one just never came in, so it had to be one that I had to purchase. This one is definitely one I need to repurchase, hopefully in a very fine quality, so I can get rid of this artifacting. So I'm going to make sure that this one does get a sticky note on it. This one is already perfect, at least for my standard. Other than that, I don't really have too much to tell you, except currently getting into high school. I think my freshman year was pretty enjoyable, in fact, so not too worried about all of that. Um, just the fact that I need to go ahead and finish this up. I've been doing it all day, bagging and booking. The inventory video style is definitely slowing things down, but I figured it'd be well worth it in the end somehow. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. Just talking this whole time is really putting a bugger down on me. But I should have my voice for tomorrow. I think I just started this off dehydrated was part of the issue. And again, I'm going off on tangents. We are at time, so I'm just going to go ahead and say, you know, thank you again, especially if you're not me or anyone I know and you've made it this far. Just you know, really appreciating these comics with me. Thanks. And you know what? You have yourself a good one now. Take care.